Hello and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. I'm Kim. Thank you for stopping by. Today it's another warm one, or should I say another hot day. And I just wanted to take you for a walk in the garden before the sun starts blazing down on me. So let's go for a walk. It's about 8 in the morning and the sun is to my east and we're in front of my she shed and just looking at some of the beautiful plants that I started from seeds, and they are doing awesome. These were some random plants I just threw in this pot up here. And just back here, if you've been with me, you know I planted some replacement plants. So I had them ready to go when it was time to put them in the garden. And they are all sprouted. Now, the lettuce, which are cool season crops, are not doing quite as well as the summer crops. But I will be putting those in the garden this weekend. This is one of my towers. It's doing pretty amazing. And again, this is not really a garden tour, but look at the tomatoes coming on this plant here. We're really just looking around to see what's in store for this weekend and what's the plan of the work that needs to happen in the garden. My peas are done. Look at that. They are all brown. They're all shriveled up. So I guess we will pull those out this weekend and probably put, I'm thinking, cucumbers back there. Flowers are doing amazing. Everything in this garden I started from seeds, including all of the flowers. Now these are supposed to be copper, not pink. And I double checked the pack. The pack says that they're copper, but they're pink. Look at those flowers. That's going to be beautiful. So there are marigolds in the front, and these are very short marigolds. They don't get real tall. They stay about 9 inches tall. And then over to the one side, I put some nasturtiums, and they're gonna billow out the side here and grow. And I have a stand, so we will get this put up in the stand. Let's just do that now. This is going to be very pretty, especially when these start growing down the side. And I have both tomatoes and cucumbers growing in this pot, so we'll see how it does together. In this grow bags, or these 2 grow bags, I am actually growing ginger. I've never grown ginger before, and so I have it in these 2 grow bags, and they're doing great. A lot of people were concerned, saying I wouldn't be able to do it, but they are looking amazing. Very, very happy with the progress. And right next to me here, look at that, tomatoes. Green beans. The garden's very happy. More straw flowers that are supposed to be copper. As I move into the garden at this time of the day, I have complete shade. And so this is when I try to do most of the garden work, especially in the July and August months. And as the sun decides to come up and over these trees, by 10 and 11 o'clock, I'm in full sun. But today, we are just looking around. Look at my grapes. And something going on with the leaves here. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. It's only on a few leaves. I am just so happy with the grapes. I planted these last year and I am already getting grapes this year and they're getting so big. Now I have to find a way to keep these beautiful grapes away from the birds. Now, so far, the birds have not bothered any of my grapes, but I'm afraid when they start getting sweet, they're gonna start picking at them because I have a ton of birds in the garden. So we gotta be careful of the birds. Right now, they're just eating the worms in the garden that are on all of my brassicas, so great, let them have the worms. The green ones anyway. I need my earthworms. Wow, this head of lettuce is definitely ready to be harvested. Cauliflower. Cucumbers are happy. Now, this side over here, I have all cauliflower as well, and I planted them first, but they are just now starting to head up, which is amazing. Look at that one. That's gonna be a nice size. And then I got this one scrawny one here. Oh my goodness, there's nothing here. We will pull this out. Ew. It's tiny in comparison. You see that, how little it is? We'll pull that out. Strawberry tower still looking really good, but we have slowed down on how many strawberries we're getting off the tower. And, no, that one looks good. But I am starting to see remnants of damage from what I call the critters, which basically means the Squirrel War has begun. The squirrels and I are getting ready to go to battle. So we'll start setting up some of those cages this weekend, if not this weekend, next weekend for sure, because now my tomatoes are starting to blush and that's typically what they go after, not the strawberries. Now, again, I planted probably close to 100 strawberry plants or strawberry plants that came back from last year. So I had a couple to share with the squirrels. I refuse to share my tomatoes with them. So we will have to do something about those squirrels. Time to work on some more potato plants. So we will definitely have to do a few more pots of the potato plants. Man, can y'all see that back there? That is a broccoli plant that's taller than me. I am 5'1"ish, and that broccoli is taller than I am. Can you see the trunk on that thing? It's massive. Now this broccoli, I started indoors in my indoor growing space and I brought it out and I'm telling you, it's taller than I am. Like seriously, look, this is broccoli, 5 feet tall. And it's going to flower and I'm not getting much off of it anymore. So we will cut this out and use that grow bag for something else this weekend. So I'm making my list of things to do this weekend. My blackberries are starting to turn red. Now these are blackberries, so they have to turn all the way black, but there's some on there. Looking at those tomatoes in my tower. Those are called bush steak tomatoes right here. They look awesome. Some of my dwarf tomatoes, I mean, are they growing? Yes, but they're not the prettiest tomatoes I've ever seen. I'll definitely harvest my shishitos this weekend. And I will blister those shishitos and dip them in ranch dressing, and they are delicious. And shishitos are not hot. Most of them are not hot. Every now and then you'll get a super hot shishito, and it's rare though. But for the most part, they are just delicious. These are my jalapenos. I guess I'll go ahead and harvest them this weekend as well. Jalapeno taste, but no heat. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and harvest these red onion. They are done. Now they're small, still bigger than last year, but they're done. There's a couple decent sized ones in there, but they're done. I need to deadhead my marigolds here, but I like to purchase the short varieties of marigolds so that they don't shade out my vegetables. So flowers are necessary in the garden to bring in the good insects, the beneficial insects, the pollinators as we call them, but I don't want them to shade out the vegetables. For me, the vegetables are the main event, and the flowers are in supporting roles to the main event. But I need to deadhead some of those. I went ahead and added some trellising here from where I harvested my Napa cabbage. I left the outer leaves in the bed and they're dying back. And so they're giving back to the soil. And I transplanted over here cantaloupe. And I've never grown cantaloupe in this bed. So we will see what happens. I've provided some trellising for it to grow up. My carrots are looking pretty good too. Maybe we'll check on them this weekend. Man, look at the difference in standard marigolds. These marigolds, I believe, can get up to 3 feet tall. And I only have one variety of those. You see how tall they are? They're just as tall as my rhubarb. But let's talk about rhubarb first. Now, I was told that I'm not supposed to harvest rhubarb in the first year, and then you can only harvest a little bit in the second year. But look at the size of this rhubarb. I mean, can I really not harvest it? Anybody that knows anything about rhubarb, please in the comments tell me if I really need to wait till next year or if I can harvest some of that rhubarb this year. But now, back to the marigolds. These marigolds can get up to 3 feet tall, which is not typically the type marigolds I like to grow. I prefer the real short marigolds like that over there. I have more onions that are dying back. I planted spinach over here, and most of it's not coming up. I mean, it's super hot. Don't get me wrong. I know it's hot. So we might not get any spinach, but the radish are doing amazing in this space. They're in the shade most of the day, so that hot evening sun doesn't hit the radish, and it's protected by all of these other things that'll get the sun before it does. Let me just stand in the center of the garden here and give a spin just to show you all of this wonderful garden that I am blessed with, that is providing for my family and friends. And it's just so beautiful. This is the time of the year that the garden really starts to shine. One, it starts producing pretty regularly, and the plants are big, they're full, the flowers are wonderful, and you can just see everything that's out here. Thanks for taking a short walk with me this morning in my garden. so you can see where I get my year's supply of vegetables. I just wanted to share with you how things are going and just the serenity that I get in my garden first thing in the morning, pretty much every morning that I'm home. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you very soon. Bye.